It's time now to take a quick look through today's newspapers. Alison Sargent joins us for that. Alison, going to start in Myanmar. Concerns there, renewed concerns or growing concerns, if you like, that military coup of February 1st it could lead to an all-out civil war.
That's right, Eva. This time, those concerns are being expressed by Swiss paper Le Temps. They write that the ghost of a civil war is hanging over Myanmar. This article talks notably about the alliance forming between the urban opposition to the military coup and minority ethnic militias who are based in Myanmar's border regions. Those militias have been fighting Myanmar's central government for over 50 years, and now those who are fighting against the military coup have been coming to them for training on how to use explosives and other weapons. Le Temps writes that there's now a real risk of a Syrian-style civil war in the country. Meanwhile, the army has been continuing its crackdown on press freedom in Myanmar. The website Myanmar Now, which was itself raided by the military, writes that 2 local news sites have been shut down in recent days. They write that at least 84 journalists have been arrested since the start of the coup. 50 of them remain in detention. The great irony of this, you see in that headline there, Myanmar's military chief has been making grand declarations about freedom of expression to mark World Press Freedom Day, which was on Monday.
The next story you've picked up on, Alison, looks at information and getting it. The paper Le Figaro looking at ongoing calls from some scientists to reinvestigate whether COVID-19 did in fact come from a lab.
Yeah, you'll remember that the investigation carried out by the World Health Organization earlier this year had ruled out that theory, but as we read in Le Figaro, it keeps coming back up. There's an international group of scientists that's informally been dubbed the Paris Group that has been calling for another investigation and more transparency from China. Notably, they want more data about exactly what was being studied and worked on at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. To be clear, they don't believe that any virus was intentionally transmitted to the public, but they think that there might have been some sort of an accident, like a researcher who was maybe infected by a sample they were working on. Le Figaro notes that even the head of the World Health Organization has admitted that a deeper investigation is needed.
Okay, want to watch it. We're going to end, Alison, with some divorce news. Bill Gates and his wife Melinda are calling it quits after 27 years.
That's right. I have to say this was a surprise to me. I'm from Seattle, which is where their philanthropic organization, the Gates Foundation, is based. So big local news.
That's going to keep going, though, we've been told.
It is going to keep going. They said they're going to continue to work together, even though they don't feel like they can grow as a couple anymore. The Guardian also notes that this is the second divorce among the super rich in recent years after Jeff Bezos, another Seattle billionaire. But Eve, I do want to end on a more positive story, I guess. One, not of an ending, but of a new beginning. We can take a look at a marriage proposal that was found in a field in eastern France. This reads, "Ready to marry me?" The paper explains that no one knows anything about the couple or if the person actually said yes, and the owner of the field really hopes that they'll come forward. I hope to congratulate them and not to yell at them for ripping up their field.
Yeah, I could see either side of that happening. And it's funny, isn't it, the wording, ready to marry me rather than
yeah, right, like maybe they've asked before.
Right? Yeah. Alison Sargent, thanks a lot for that look at the international paper.